Hi guys, what's up? I'm Glyphix here. This is episode 2 of the 0 with no PvP. We start off the day with the expedition. Ends up netting us about 10k, but I decide to gamble a little bit and see which sigil I'd get, and I end up getting a tier 4 sigil, which is only worth 7k, so it only ends up netting us 7k, which is definitely not very good. And all things considered, I think it would have been worth my time doing the expedition, but I mean, we did it anyways. Next, we went on a gathering run. At the moment, I'm sitting at about tier 4 with ore gathering and stoner gathering, and tier 3 on the sickle. So that's the cloth. That's not really important though, because I don't think I'm going to be gathering at all for the rest of the series. Maybe just here and there, just a bit of no-brain activity. But after that, we're going to get into how much we made from the gathering in total across this video and the last, and then we're going to get into some refining, which is going to be what we do for most of this episode, and then it was some really good silver for a new account, I won't lie. So yeah. After gathering for about 50 minutes, I was sitting at 432k silver. This is obviously including last video's gathering, which I believe was around 320k, more or less. I'm not 100% sure on that. And then after that, I decided to sell all the stone I had. My thought process behind this was I wasn't going to be able to transport it to different cities and refine it there, because the city is Bridgewatch where you refine stone, and that's 2 cities away. And at this point, I'm mainly focusing on refining resources in the city next to the cities next to Fort Sterling, and then transporting it to Carlion. So I decided to sell all the stone to get more liquid silver so I could invest it in more resources to refine. And that was basically the thought process behind that. The next step was collecting all the resources I had gathered in Fort Sterling, all the ores, and then I would transport that to Thetford, because Thetford has the highest return rate on refining ores. So essentially I was going to transport everything there and refine it there. I also took some of the tier 4 stone I had gathered, because it just wasn't worth it to sell it on the Fort Sterling market. It was selling for, I can't even remember quite what it was, but it was an absolute scam, so I transported that with me as well. And then just a little tip, I also bought a miner's backpack, I believe it was, for the ores. So if you're a new player and you're struggling with carry weight, just whichever resource you want to transport, just get the backpack for whichever resource you're transporting, and it'll reduce the carry weight by quite a lot, which definitely increases your efficiency when transporting. Next, I refined all the ores I had gathered, or majority of them. I didn't have enough tier 2 to refine all my tier 3 ores, and I'm just going to leave that playing in the background for a little bit. Next, I bought some logs in Thetford, as well as all the resources that I had refined, the metal bars, and I transported it back to Fort Sterling to sell the metal bars there at a higher price, as well as to refine the logs that I transported. I repeated the same process with buying some tier 3 ores in Fort Sterling and then transporting that to Thetford and refining it, as well as transporting the planks and selling them in Thetford. I then sold all the metal ores or the metal bars that I'd refined in Thetford because I wanted to increase my liquid silver as much as possible. I did one more run to Fort Sterling where I refined the planks, and then I did another run back where I refined the ores. I then decided to make a bit of a risky decision, and I decided to transport all of the resources to Carlion. The reason for this, as you'll see in a minute, is that the amount of silver that these resources sell for in Carlion is a lot higher than in the other cities. However, there is a lot of added risk. As you can see, the bars were almost selling for double price in Carlion, and all the planks also sold for above estimated market price. It's quite a high risk decision, and I wouldn't actually have recommended doing it so early on if you were to do the same content as me, because if I ended up dying there, I would have lost majority of the silver on my account. But as you can see, the rewards are very, very worth it. Let's give a quick recap of the whole session. So we started today off with 352k silver. We ended up playing a total of about 3 hours, and the end of today we're sitting at 764k silver. That means we made a total of 412k silver in this episode. For roughly about 3 hours of playing on a new account, I'm very, very happy with this. Next video we should increase our profits quite a bit because we have higher tier ox, and we're going to be able to transport and refine more at a time. But yeah, that's the end of day 2. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for the next one. See you guys soon.